Hey, I want to talk to you today about some circle stuff. You know, at this point, you probably already looked at some lessons about circles, and it was introduced to you the names of different types of segments that can be on the circle. So, really, this week I've been reviewing for you area and perimeter. And I know that you're familiar with area and perimeter of different two-dimensional shapes, so we might as well talk about area and perimeter with a circle. So you watch some videos about what's going on with a circle, that you have a point in the middle, that's the center, and that you have something called a radius that goes out from the center out to a point on the circle. You also have a distance that goes all the way across that center, which is called the diameter. And those are basically the two most important lengths that you need to know about on a circle. So the word circumference means distance around the circle, in other words, perimeter. So if I ask you to find the circumference of a circle, it's really like I'm saying, what is the distance around the circle? Well, in order to understand that, you need to understand that there's a formula that exists for every circle in the universe to find their circumference. And it's using a value for pi. Let me get me a good pen. You see that some things never change. My markers are dying. All right, you got a pi, and that's a Greek symbol, kind of for the lowercase letter p. And a pi really is a ratio comparison of the distance around the circle divided by the diameter. So this pi value is essentially close to the value 3.14, and it goes on forever. It's an irrational number, and I'm going to have some videos on there that kind of show you what pi is all about. But for this lesson, let's just go ahead and use pi and understand what the formula is for the circumference of a circle. There's really two of them that you can use. If you're given the diameter length, you can use pi times d. If you're given the radius length, you can use 2 times pi times r, because really this d stands for diameter. It's a d right here. And this r stands for radius. And any diameter is twice the length of the radius. And that's why really you've got 2 times r over here that would be multiplied together to give you the diameter, and then it gets multiplied by the pi value. All right, so let's say that you're given a circle and you have a diameter given to you, and I tell you that it is 10 centimeters. And the question says, what is the distance around the circle? So what you would do is you would use this formula. You would take 10 and plug it in. You would have pi times 10. All right, so for our purposes, we're going to use the numerical value and round off pi to be 3.14. So we would have 3.14 times 10. I would multiply that out, and my answer would be approximately, like this is an approximated symbol, like this is rounded, so that means the answer is going to be rounded. This answer would be 31.4, and since the distance for the diameter was given in centimeters, the distance for circumference would also be in centimeters. That's it. Pi times d. Multiply it, get your answer. Okay, let's take that off for just a minute, and let's say we have a different circle. And let's say on a different circle, we're given that the radius happens to be 10. And this time, let's do 10 centimeters over there. So it's a different circle, and it has a radius of 10. Now the other circle that I did had a diameter of 10. So if you have a radius of 10, then the diameter of that circle would be 20. You multiply it by 2. So let's still answer this question. What is the distance around a circle if the radius is 10? So if a radius is given, I'm going to use a radius formula. I'm going to plug into that formula. 2 times pi, which is 3.14, times the radius, which is 10. I'm going to simplify this out by working it out. So I know that 3.14 times 10, I'm going to work this out first, was 31.4 brought my 2 down. So I'm using associative property because I can group those 2 numbers over there together by multiplying those. So C is approximately equal to whatever 31.4 times 2 is. And that would give me approximately 62.8 centimeters. That's how you find circumference of a circle, and it means distance around. All right, stop this video, play it back wherever you need to or want to, so you know how to use both of the formulas, which are essentially the same thing. You just use different ones based on what you're given in your circle.